Hey, survivor. So check this out. How to build trust. Number one, your lack of trust is not in people. Okay? Your lack of trust is not in people. It's the lack of trust in self to be able to tell who can or can't be trusted. Okay? So your lack of trust is not the problem, is in people. So your lack of trust is not in people. It's the lack of trust within yourself to be able to tell who or who can't be trusted, or who is worthy to be trusted or not. This is why many of us don't trust anyone, especially after we're being disappointed, heartbroken, and all these things. We're being left, we're being all this stuff. So it's not about people, it's in yourself. Remember, the only how we view life is from within. Understand that if you see life crooked, it's because you are crooked. If you see life tore up, it's because you are torn up. If you see life as in hate and angry and bad, it's because inside that's what you are carrying. Your inner GPS to be fine-tuned. Exactly. So I need you to understand that it's not the trust in people, because it's the trust in yourself to be able to differentiate which is who and which is not. Okay? Good point, right? We get that, right? The second point that I want to bring is this right here. The reason why you cannot trust is not because of people that's broken. It's because you are. Remember, you are the one doing it. And if you cannot do it, remember, you are supposed to be able to love, trust, honor, non-judgment. That's who we are built to be. When you can't do those things, that means something inside of you is broken. Okay? It is broken. So it's not that people are broken, it's you are broken. Here's the thing. We go through this life thinking that it's not your problem. We are quickly to say, I don't trust nobody, and that's fine. Listen, if you don't trust nobody, it's because you are broken. And let me tell you why. Because the freaking universe is so balanced. Yeah, fair. The freaking universe is so balanced that if there's a liar, there has to be an honest person. The universe is so balanced that if one person is a liar, there has to be another person who's actually honest. The universe is so balanced that if there's one who's doing wrong, one has to be doing right. I need you all to understand this. Hey mama, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. I need you all to get this view. I always say in your mind, the universe is balanced. God is a balanced God. The universe and everything that he created is balanced. Every single thing is balanced. So if there's one person that you can't trust, for everyone that you can't trust, there has to be one that you can. Duality. Yes, the law of duality is always two sides. It's never just one. So the reason why you can't trust is because you are broken. Not them, but you. Okay? Hey, Hasiko. All right. So let me read my notes. Usually when you can't trust is because your heart chakra is off balance. Because your heart chakra is where the love comes from. The heart chakra is how you process emotions. The heart chakra is how you process and understand love. Okay? Happy me was good. So if your heart chakra is off balance, you will not process love the same. You trust. You would actually have a view of brokenness. If your heart is broken, everything that you see will be broken, will look damaged also. You cannot see clearly if your heart is broken. It's impossible because you see things from a different perspective, from a broken perspective. So understand that the heart has to heal. The reason why you can't trust is because your heart has to heal. You have been disappointed. You have been you have lost a loved one. You have experienced betrayal. You have experienced hurt. And you have been disrespected. You have went through a traumatic event in your life. You have went through something that the heart chakra is so sensitive. Your body and your energies and is so sensitive that something's happened and it throw our alignment off easily. Okay? It throws off when something happened in your life, that's a big thing, especially relationship or a loss of a loved one, your family, your mother, your father. It throws off our balance so quick that we don't even realize it because we don't know what these things do to us. So when your balance is off, when your heart chakra balance is off, then distrust comes. You can't take criticism. You can't take compliments. This is how you know when your heart chakra is off. You know your heart chakra is off when you don't trust people. Okay? You know your heart chakra is off when you cannot receive love. People are loving you. You don't even know who loves you, because everybody who tells you that they love you, you don't believe them. You don't think that people actually love you for real. You probably just don't see yourself as a complete person. You can't process certain emotions. A lot of times you know your heart chakra is off when you're carrying unforgiveness, when you're carrying guilt. You know for a fact, if you're carrying these things, your heart chakra is off. So therefore, because now it will cause you to see things with a different perspective. Now remember, we all see the world as how we are inside. There's no world to be seen because everybody see the world differently. Everybody see the world differently. What is your advice of young girls who are starting? We're not talking about that right now. So nobody is seeing the world as it is. You see the world as you are. So when you start seeing, I don't trust, I don't like people, I hate this, I'm angry, understand that it's something inside that's off balance, because you could only see what's inside. There's nothing outside of you. I need you to understand this. The reason why we don't trust is because we don't trust us. If you don't have trust, then it's because you don't have trust. Do you hear how deep that is? Simple but deep. If I don't have trust, it's because I don't have trust. And if I don't have trust, I'm the one with the issue. If I don't have trust, then I cannot give trust. Therefore, there's no trust in me. So I am the starter. It starts with me. Does that make sense? Many times we don't even think it's us. We think it's everybody else. The problem with the world is that we always think it's everyone else. Just because somebody done you wrong, because somebody cheated or somebody did you wrong, you get broken because of them. So we start seeing nobody trusts people easily. You trust people, period. No, that's not the problem. The problem is not that you trust people easily. The problem is that you trust people the same. You trust people on you trust people by the way how you want to trust them, not by the way that you believe that you should. Okay? So because you are confused about it. All right. So we must understand when our heart is damaged, the trust goes. When your heart is damaged, the trust goes. Trust go. The reason why you don't trust people is how you protect yourself. Okay? When somebody leave you, somebody broke up with you, somebody disappointed you, somebody broke your heart, what happened? You stop trusting because now your self-preservation comes in. It takes over. So now you have to build walls. Once you stop trusting, you create boundaries. You create walls. Not boundaries, but walls. Those walls are supposed to protect you. However, what you do, you build so much walls that nobody could come in and you cannot go out because it's too much fear. You are too fearful. Because if you don't know who to trust, you become fearful because you don't want to experience that hurt again. So you actually create all this protection that you don't need. You don't let nobody through at all. So we must understand that that's what happens naturally. If you understand that that's what happens naturally, you have to be able to actually go against the nature of who you are. Okay? Crown Goddess, how you doing? The reason why, so if you know it happens naturally, you have to be able to go against it. Okay? That's the difference. Okay. I think I'm down to like 30-something minutes. All right. So you don't know who to trust. So you don't trust anyone. Okay? You don't know who to trust. So you don't trust anyone. You don't let nobody in. And to be honest, that right there is very damaging because there are actually people out there who actually wants to get in. But you know what though? Feel the truth. Feel the rush. It's hard because the reason why it's hard is because we don't even start going against it. Because it's like being in an unknown place. Once you're in an unknown place, it becomes hard because now you have to only go by what you feel. It's like you and God, right? Because it's unknown, so you can't use your experience, you can't use your knowledge, you can't use your past, and you can't use your memory. All you have to use now is your pure instinct. The reason why it's so hard is because we don't trust our natural instinct. We don't trust who we are. Every child that's being born completely trusts their instinct because they are instinct led. Every animal is instinct led. Your dog, your cat, that tiger, that lion is all based on instinct. So they know and trust their instinct. We human beings, we have depend on words for so long. We have depend on words for so long that we depend on words instead of instinct. So the reason why it is so hard to trust again or to go against your natural instinct is because you know for a fact the natural instinct ain't helping you. Because if it was helping you, you would have passed that stage. You haven't passed that stage yet, so you have to be able to evolve by using what you don't know. If you keep doing what you know, then you're going to just keep being what you already are. Man, that's kind of deep, isn't it? If you keep doing what you know, you're going to continue being who you already are. You don't like who you are, so you got to go back. You got to go under all these layers. You got to go under all these layers and find out who you really are. That's how you become different. It's a comfortable conflict within oneself. I got you. So understand, you don't know who to trust, so you don't trust nobody at all. So you don't know who's meant for you. You don't know who comes in your life to give you love or to take love. You don't know who comes in your life to treat you good or treat you bad. You don't know who comes in your life to do you any justice. You see what I'm saying? Or to do you wrong. So you say, you know what? I'll throw everybody to the side. I'll throw all you all to the trash because I ain't going through this pain again. Yes?
Can we knock on their doorbell?
No.
Okay.
No. All right. So, but here's another thing, okay? I need you all to understand this one part right here, okay? I don't know what you just said. When I find I'm going to bring him to you and allow him to give him counsel. That's hilarious. How do I know what? Chloe Hines? Okay. All right. Next point, okay? Next point I want to give. Angel, I don't know what you're talking about. The next point I want to give, I want you all to listen to this point real quick, okay? If you carry around feelings of distrust, okay? If you carry around feelings of distrust, that's all you can attract in the next person. Right, so I'll get there. Chloe, I will get there. I promise you, I'll get there. Hey, Tiffany, how you doing? If you keep carrying around feelings of distrust, everybody that you will attract will keep giving you reasons to not trust. And understand why, okay? You will actually, when you carry in a lot of times when you don't trust, you overthink. A lot of times we overthink, and this is why that causes us to not trust. If you are overthinking, when you are overthinking, what happens is that you are manifesting the situation that you are overthinking about. So I want you to understand that every time that you think consciously, every time you are in deep thoughts, you are manifesting. When you are thinking, the feeling that you generate from your thoughts, you are causing your manifestation to even happen even faster. Do you all get the part? Let me pause right there. I want to make sure you all get the part. I want to make sure you all got the part, okay? You all got what I just said? Because I want you all to get it. I want you all to feast on the part. Because that part is one of the most important parts in this right here. Okay? The reason, if you are carrying around feelings of distrust, you will keep attracting people to keep not trusting. Because once you carry around a feeling, what happens? You sending the vibrational frequency out. And once you send it out in the universe, it has to give you back that which you are sending out. So when you are overthinking, all you are doing is creating a manifestation of what you don't want. Because with your feelings and your thoughts, your manifestations are even stronger. So now the universe is sending you your deepest, strongest, most dominant thoughts, your dominant feelings. That's what it's bringing back to you. So it has to keep sending you what's going to keep you in that same frequency. See, you think it's by chance these people keep finding you? It's because you sending it out. If you sending it out, it has to come back. It is your manifestations. Because once we, listen, every time you overthink, you are creating, you are manifesting. And then when you start to feel fear and fearful and distrust, you are manifesting that same energy. So the universe have to send you people or things or situations and circumstances to keep the same frequency.
No, we are going back outside.
Hey, what's up, Gold Prince? How you doing, man? The thing is in your head. What you're creating is in your head. So me continuously thinking about my business, I want to start. It's a good thing. But you have to align your feeling with your thoughts. Many times you align, I want to start a business, but I don't know. I don't feel sure. I don't feel like it will happen. I feel so unsure. And that feeling is what's multiplying. Once your intentions, your feelings, and your thoughts are aligned in one, then it has to come to you. That's the law of vibration, the law of attraction. That's how it works. Your thoughts create your reality. What you think of come to life. Exactly. So many of us, we don't trust. And the more we don't trust is the more we get people that we can't trust. Okay? The more you don't trust is the more you find people who you can't trust. The more you love is the more you find people who you love and who should be loved and who love you back. The way you express your thoughts, the more clarity and peace comes to. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad. All right. So let's start with this right here. First thing first. Remember when remember in the past that you trusted? Remember you trusted your parents, you trusted your mother, you trusted your first boyfriend, you trusted your first girlfriend. You trusted, okay? You trusted in the beginning. Now we lose that trust. I don't understand why TikTok is blocking my lives, man. Like I don't understand. Like I don't know what's going on. All right. So we trusted before and we felt good. You remember? Remember when we trusted, how pure we felt, how honest we felt, how strong we felt? Because that's our power. Trust and love is our power. Okay? So when we trust, we feel more of ourselves. When we don't trust, we feel like something else. We feel like what we don't want. When we trust, we feel close to God. When we don't trust, we feel so pushed away. We feel like we are hurt. We feel like something is wrong. So understand, trust and love is who you are. That's very similar frequencies. Okay? So understand this right here. First thing is to realize that the frequency that you were when you got hurt. Okay? The frequency that you were giving off, the frequency that you are no longer that frequency. Okay? How do you start trusting? Understand that when you went through those experiences of hurt and pain and all this stuff, you are not that same person anymore. You don't carry that same frequency anymore. So you don't have to attract that same thing anymore. You have to believe that you have graduated or evolved. You have to know that you have evolved. You are not the same person anymore who attract that type of guy or the type of girl. You are not that anymore. You have to understand that. See, the person who I was 10 years ago attracted garbage. A lot of garbage. I attracted things that I hated. I attracted things that I didn't like. The man that I am today, I don't attract those things anymore. Because, yes, I do attract the same crap. But now that the man that I am, I know how to differentiate. I know how to determine which is and which is not. But since I've evolved, I'm not the same person anymore. So the truth sticks out deeper and farther and harder to me because I carry more truth. If I carry truth gonna be stick out even farther. Okay? So first thing first, you have to understand that the frequency that you was dealing on, that when you hated yourself, you didn't love yourself, you didn't like yourself, you didn't think that you looked good, you didn't think that you was worthy, you didn't think that you deserved much, you didn't think that you was God's child. That person that you were then is not who you are now. So you will attract differently. That's step one. The second thing is this right here. And this is the hardest part to do. Okay? This is the hardest, be intentional. Exactly. This is the hardest part to do. Is to let go. Is to let go of the pain by allowing forgiveness. It's very hard to build trust if you hold on to unforgiveness. It's very hard to build trust if you hold on to guilt. It's very hard to build trust in someone when you don't forgive. You can't just trust when you don't forgive. If you don't forgive, you carry that energy. So now you would think that somebody else is going to do it to you. You expect it to happen again. When you actually let go of the hurt and forgive people, then you are lighter. It actually lightens your entire load. It makes you feel so light. It makes you sleep at night. Because now you don't wish bad on nobody. Because you understand that what you wish on people come back to you. Many of us don't want to forgive people because we think if we forgive them, it makes them get away with the same crap. Nobody gets away with anything. Understand that it is not your job to punish. It is not your job to sentence people to punishment. It is not your job. You are not the jury. You are not the lawyer. You are not the sentence person. You are not the judge. You have to be able to forgive, to release that person from your spirit. If you carry that person in your spirit, how can you forgive? How can you trust? How can you trust the same person that hurt you when you keep carrying them in your spirit? You cannot not trust what you carry in. If you carry that person in your spirit, then you cannot trust. Trusting becomes very hard because you're still carrying this person. And the same person that you carrying is the same one that keep hurting you. Because every time you feel their burden, you feel sick. Every time you feel their burden or recognize their burden, or when you look back and they are on your shoulder because you're carrying them, how can you trust? Because you are reminded every minute when you think of the past. So therefore you cannot trust. So you have to be able. Thank you, Hasicho. What if someone is manifesting you? We're not on that one. That's a different topic. People can manifest you all day, but it doesn't make a difference. You can't heal in the same place you were hurt. Exactly. So now you have to be able to release people from your spirit. So forgive people and forgive yourself. Many of us, the hardest thing to forgive is ourselves. We will forgive our kids. We forgive our husband. We forgive our boyfriends, our girlfriends, our wives, our parents. We will forgive our best friends. But when it comes to ourselves, oh my God, you carrying that guilt everywhere you go. You know what guilt does? Guilt allow you to keep believing that you don't deserve better. Because when you're carrying guilt, you are literally judging yourself, because that's what you're carrying guilt for. When you're carrying guilt, that's saying that I know I don't deserve better. How can I deserve better or get better when I did this? How can I get better, or how can I be in a better place when I did this? So you are literally judging yourself. When you're carrying guilt, guilt is one of the strongest energies that would block everything. You are gonna stop, huh? You are just gonna stop. Okay, well, calm down. Why are you crying?
Her lip is bleeding.
Alright, I gotta go. My daughter is crying, and how she fell?
She didn't fall.
So her lip is bleeding.
She pushed the swing and it hit her lip.
Oh, it's okay, Mama. It's okay. Come here. It's alright. It's okay. You okay? Hey. It's okay. It's okay. You smell like outside, though. You want me to kiss it? Let me kiss it. Feel better? You feel better? Do you want to go back and play?
Like something fell.
I know. That's alright. You want to go back and play? Outside? You okay? Go ahead and go back and play outside.
Come on, man.
Lord have mercy. She's something else. That's what she is. She always comes to me with her hands open wide like this. Every time she cries, she comes to me like this. Where was I? Which point was I on? Thank you all. She's too cute, huh? All right, so I'm staying. Okay, where was I? So letting go of the pain, okay? You can't carry the pain and still continue to trust. The next step The next step is for you to think about your past, okay? Think about your past. Think about your past. Think about all the decisions that you have made. Remember, the first thing I said was your lack of trust is not in people. It is the lack of trust in self to be able to tell who can or cannot be trusted. The lack of trust is not in people, it's in yourself. Because you don't know who to trust and who not to trust. That's your problem. This is your issue. So again, the lack of trust is not in people. It is the lack of trust within yourself to be able to tell who can or who cannot be trusted, or who is worthy and who is not worthy of your trust. So this point brings back, think about your decisions that you have made. Your house, your car, you having children, your job, your position at work. Think about the decisions that you have made up to this point. And think, did you make the right decisions? Because sometimes we don't think about that kind of stuff. We don't trust because we don't trust our decision to choose. Many of us are single only because, hey, Blondie, how we doing? Many of us are only single only because we don't know how to trust our decisions. Because the ones that we have made in the past pertaining to relationship, many times it hasn't worked out. Many of you all could make decisions to make money. Many of you all could invest money. Many of you all could buy a house and property. Many of us know how to do all these things. But when it comes to this one thing, when it comes to a relationship, you just go retarded. You just go dumb. You just literally go dumb. You like dumbfounded. You don't know what to do. You don't know what you're doing. It's like you get ridiculously slow. You could do all these things. You could make money. You could get money. You could get the job that you want. You could get the school and you could get all this education. You could get the house and the car that you want. But when it becomes a decision of a relationship or who to choose, you have no idea. You literally becomes slow. Does that make sense or not? Because many of us, I know many women. I know many women who actually everything in their lives is looking good, but when it comes to relationship stuff, she has no idea. And love don't make nobody blind, because love is not an emotion. Love don't block your eyes. Love don't stop your feelings. What makes people blind, it is the need to be with someone. The need to be with someone overshadows your logical mind. You want to be with someone so much, and you expect to stay with that someone so much that you ignore everything that they're doing. We adults, we don't go by emotion. We go by what we know. See, if you don't go by emotion, if you don't go by what you know, you're going to always end up in the same crap. So many of us, we go by potential. We go in by I love him. I love her. That has nothing to do with who you choose. It has nothing to do with who you end up with. It has nothing to do with who you're with. Matter of fact, sometimes the people that you love ain't the one that's best for you. Sometimes the people that you love the most, is the one that you need the least in your life. Seriously. Because the one that you love the most, you keep doing stupid things. You keep allowing stupid things, stupid behaviors, and nonsense, and all this crap to happen because you think that you love. People begin to use your love as a weakness. And your love is not a weakness. Hey, Kiki, seriously, your love was not made to be a weakness. Your love is what strengthens you. But when you go by love, you have to use logics. Don't use emotion, use logic. I love you, but I don't need to be with you. I love you, but we don't belong together. I love you because I have learned to accept you for who you are. That's why you love them. Because you have learned how to accept them for who they are and what they are. So loving them is easy. It's very easy. As a matter of fact, many of us say, I love too fast, I trust too easy. That's not something that's wrong with you. That's actually a good thing. And don't let people confuse that. Don't let people change that. See, when you love easily, it's because you have love. Now, some of us will say we love easily, but we get attached easily because we lack too much inside. So we need to attach to something outside to feel good about ourselves, to feel worthy, to feel that we are good enough. Some of us, if we are with If we are single, we think that something is wrong with us. We think they don't want us. Nobody wants me. So you have to understand this is the difference. But if you love easily, there's nothing wrong with loving easily. Because loving easily is what we are. We are literally easy love. Okay? Just because somebody made it sound, made you feel like you are hard to love, you actually believe that loving is hard. Loving is not hard. Loving is simple. What's hard is to not love. That's hard. Have you ever not loved anyone or anything? As a matter of fact, I don't think it's possible not to have love in your heart. Because if you don't have love, I promise you, your heart will stop beating. It's love that keeps your heart beating. It's love that keeps your heart beating. If you have no love, listen, you love your house, your car, you love your kids, you love your husband, wife, boyfriend. See, we always think love is only for intimate relationship. Without love, you cannot survive. It's impossible. I don't see how. You love breathing. You love the air. You have to love. How do I stop attaching so easily? How do you stop attaching so easily? Is by realizing that you are all you need. Okay? Hey, Father Rubies, how you doing? Namaste, Queen. Yeah. How you stop attaching so easily is because you're seeking something outside of yourself. Anytime you are seeking things that outside of yourself, it makes you attached to it because you need this to feel good. You need this to survive. I need this person to make me feel love. I need this person to make me feel like I'm worthy. I need this. I need this ice cream or this food or this cake to make me feel happy, to make me feel giggly. You need something outside of yourself, so you attach to it. That's what addictions are. Hey, Tasha, that is what forms addiction. But if you really pure love, you let things be. You let things go. You let things come. You are peaceful because you have love within. So you don't need nothing outside of you to change that. Yes, just for what, man?
Can we play with the girls?
Are they outside?
Yes.
Yes. Lord have mercy. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? I totally forgot what I was saying. So yes. So I'm saying, so how do you stop attaching so easily? By becoming one with yourself. When you become one with yourself, oh Lord, attachment don't come easily because you will learn to let go very quickly. Because you understand that you're holding on sometimes do more damage than letting go. Sometimes letting go is a lot easier, but we are afraid. We are afraid to do without. When you are so fearful to be without, that's attachment. But when you allow things to come and go, that's love. Because love is this. You don't need nothing else to make you feel good. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Camelia, how we doing? Yeah. That's my indication. Yeah, so yes. I wish I could save this live. But yeah, so this is how you know. So you attaching because you need something outside of you. Attachment is, I need this. So a lot of times when you're in a relationship, when you know that you attach, you need somebody to give you a compliment. You need somebody to give you attention all the time, all the money, buy you gifts, buy you this, give you this, show you that. Don't talk to nobody else. You get jealous. See, all those things comes with attachment. Jealousy and all this impatience and all this stuff. That's attachment. See, when you are patient and you don't have jealousy and you don't have all the pride, that's love. Remember, the Bible tells us that love in Corinthians chapter 13, love is pure, love is kind, love is patient, love don't keep records of no wrongs. Love, that's what love is. If you look at love, that's really what it is. It is the ability to accept for what it is. And when you accept you for what you are, then you will stop realizing that you need outside things to add to you to make you more. Because you don't need to be more. See, human beings think that we need to be more. There's no more to be. There's no more to be. Your degree, the amount of money, the amount of things, the amount of people, the amount of friendship doesn't change this. Because this is already perfection. This is already complete. This piece of life is already complete. But you don't see it, so you need a house, and you need a car, and you need this, and you need a relationship, and you need this, just to feel complete. But the story is, you was already born that way. You just don't know it. And when you become complete, guess what? You realize that you don't need a house. You don't need the extra cars. You don't need the extra money. You don't need the extra friendships. You don't, because when you start finding yourself, you lose things. When you start finding yourself, you start letting old clothes go, things that carry negative energy, friends, loved ones, family. You start letting the house go that had people in it before, cars. You start letting go because you have found what is sustainable. You have found what is completing you. Hey, Erica. Hey, Sissy. How you doing? That's my other sister right there. So you have to understand, you attach because you need something on the outside. You attach because you're not complete. All right, so where was that? I was trust. It's to start. So like I said, the next thing that you need to do, you need to think back of how many decisions that you have made. Hey, Joshua, what's good, man? How you doing? Pleasure. Thank you, pleasure. How are you doing? Thank you for the gifts. Like shedding our skin. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's fancy. Exactly what it is. So start by deciding. So the reason why we can't trust is because we forget all the good decisions that we have made throughout this journey. All the people that you have, the friendship that you have built, people that's still in your life. You know, the house that you just feel so peaceful in. So you chose the right house. You chose the right car. You chose the right jobs. You chose the right position. You have to be able to remember that you don't always make bad decisions. So you have to actually make a decision and stick by it. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid to decide or to choose. A lot of us are so afraid to choose a partner or a relationship or someone because the last one was messed up. Sometimes you have to just realize that maybe the reason why you can't find a good one is because you're sending out a signal that everybody is bad. Okay? All right. Now, this next step right here, how do you build trust? This next step right here is very vital, okay? It's very vital. I need you to write this one down, okay? Hey, thank you for the rose. Thank you, I appreciate it. Don't want to make the same mistakes. But the same mistake, we are afraid to make the same mistakes because we haven't truly evolved. We don't trust that we have evolved. Because when you learn the lesson, the mistake, listen. So I started a business a year ago, okay? I started making t-shirts. Every shirt that I wear, usually I make them, okay? I started making t-shirts. Now I know for a fact every shirt that I have costs money. And my supplies cost money. If I made a mistake with one shirt, right, for a customer, I know if I made a mistake, I have to stop this one, throw it in the trash, and redo another one. That's money being lost, okay? That's money being lost. Hey, y'all, how are you all doing? Hey, Bear. So that's money being lost. So now when I learn my mistake, the next shirt I make, I use the mistake that I have learned to perfect the other one. My mistake don't make me or shouldn't make me stop making shirts. My mistake should give me more knowledge. See, that's what failure does. Failure, the best part about failure is that when you start again, you start with more knowledge. Would you pause this one? Because I just got it. Sure, I will. Humble Warrior got me. I know for a fact Humble Warrior got me. The reason why you are so afraid is because you don't trust that you learned the lesson. Remember, the lesson is the most important part. Listen, man, let me tell you this. My video that I made 2 days ago. Everybody is here to give you a message. Everyone that you meet. Have you ever been in public and you saw somebody who looked very familiar? They just look familiar, but you know that's not them. But they look so familiar. Hey, Claire, how are you? They look so familiar, but you know that's not them. The reason is because a lot of times that's your brain is sending you a signal. I need you to meet this person. I need you to focus on this person because this person has a lesson for you. Listen, every single person that you meet has a lesson for you. I need you all to start trusting and seeking the message. Now, the message is not going to be, hey, Tasha, your message for today is eat cake with a fork. Not a spoon. Because when you eat with a fork, it makes the cake taste different. It cuts it differently. It cuts it better. If you eat with a spoon, something's going to be left on the spoon and your lip is not curved enough to get all the cake and ice cream off because the curve don't work. The message is not given in words like that. The message is given by how they live, what they taught you, what behaviors you accept. The message is for you to view yourself. That's the message. It's for you to look deep within yourself and see the reason why you feel this way. See the reason why you feel so attached. See the reason why you feel so mistreated. See the reason why you are so mad. See the reason why you're so angry. See the reason why you are so uncomfortable. Your message is to see how you feel. Understand why. So that the next person, you will understand. You get the message. So if you get the message, why have fear? If you get the message, you won't be afraid. Because now you know. Because now you started over with a mindset of understanding. So the reason why many of us are afraid is because we don't get the message. All we are stuck with is unforgiveness. Because if you get the message, you will forget. You will forgive. If you take the message, you will forgive. Because you realize it's the message that's important. See, we are so caught up on the messengers. We are so caught up with the messenger. We are so caught up with the messenger that we don't want to let them go. You have to be able to let the messenger go and hold on to the message. And the message is for you to add on to your knowledge. It's not for you to hate more. It's not for you to become bitter. It's not for you to become weaker. It's not for you to hate yourself. It's for you to actually evolve. See, when you evolve, you love more. In human beings, as you evolve, you love. Your higher level of evolution causes you to love more. You think that evolution means that you don't trust, you hate, you get angry? No, that's you actually decreasing. You are literally decreasing when you stop trusting. You stop this, you stop that. I don't love no more. I don't respect no more. That's you decreasing, because the human existence is to love. It's to get back to the point as you were in the past. It's to get back. But we're not going back. We keep going forward more into hate, into misery, into anger. We're still being in those frequencies that don't do us any justice. All it does is creating distrust and no harmony in our lives. That's all it's doing. So now you have to understand this is how you do it. Your journey is to love. And love don't change, it's you change. Every journey you will love more. It's not that you're loving more, you become more. And when you become more, that you become more to love. Oh God, this is deep. It is deep. Can I just get the rest of the message from one person? I tried. Listen, to be honest with you, you think it's just one message. You know how many messages that we need for this life? You know how many things about you that you don't know? You know, life is about finding yourself. And it's not about finding yourself. It's about finding about who you really are. But to find out about who you are, God created you self-evolved. That means you will create your own frequency. And based on your frequency, you will attract that what you need to get to the next level. And as you attract what you need to get to the next level, you keep moving. You are doing this yourself. Hey, Makeda, how you doing? You are doing this. You are doing this yourself. So it's a lot of messages that we don't know. Is we missing some information about ourselves? We're missing all this information because we keep holding on to one messenger. There are 7.8 billion more messengers out there. And not just people. The seasons, the plants, the animal. Have you ever seen a dog and you just realize you just get fearful? Oh my God, I'm so scared. That's a message. That's a messenger. Why are you feeling like this? Understand this. Everything you meet on your journey is a lesson for you. Everything. Nothing happens by choice. Sometimes life, oh man, that's my time. This is my time. That's 45 minutes. That went fast. I guess I gotta continue this later on. Messages practically onto the ears and heart. Fine. Facts. But the message, man, the message, you have to figure out, why do I feel this way? What is in me that's carrying this? What is going on? Some of you are just get the message and just and you don't even process the message. he said 10 more minutes. I stopped a few times, huh? All right. So, the next important step. Hey, Sas, how you doing? The next important step. Hey, Paradise, how are you? The next important step is this right here. No, this is what I practice, okay? You all ready for this one? This is very important. I want y'all to get this. I'm going to go for 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. You all ain't going to lie to me this time. 10 more minutes is all I'm giving you all, because you all going to... 10 more minutes. Right, Kiki? Deal, right? See, I even went 12. So at 10 more minutes, I know for a fact I'm done. All right. I need you all to get ready for this next point. Because this is what I do. This is what I practice, okay? This is what I practice. You got to practice going around people and speaking to them. See, many of us who don't trust don't speak to people. When we stop trusting, our friendliness goes. Our capability of being around people stops. We don't want to be around people. We don't want to talk to people. We don't want to converse with people. We don't want to be around people. We don't want to do things with people. We stop. How many of us right now don't want to be around people at all? Many of us do. How many of us are so picky when it comes to even opening your mouth? You know what I mean? How many of us is so picky when it comes to opening your mouth? Let me tell you the trick. The trick now, the next step that you got to practice is to practice going around people and conversing. And then let me tell you why. This time when you are conversing, let me tell you what to do. You focus on how you feel as you speak. Listen, this is the practice. Go around conversing with people, strangers. Tell somebody hello. How you doing? You meet somebody in the grocery store. Hey, I hope you have a beautiful day. Hey, this what's going on. Oh, I got homework. Good. This is what's going on. Hey, it's a beautiful day outside. Hey, what do you... And all I want you to do is practice the feeling that you get. Okay? Because you have to practice using your intuition and your gut instinct. You don't use it, that means you're going to lose it. See, many of us have lost. Many of us have lost the ability to discern energies, as we call it, to discern spirits, as we call it, to understand there's a good and a bad, to understand for every good there's a bad. Many of us have completely lost the ability, the capability to understand energies. What I want you to practice is just talk to regular people. Don't talk to get something back in return. Don't talk because it benefits you in getting something back. Speak to them because I want you to feel it for yourself. Because what you're going to do, you're going to practice how you feel. I was shaking all day. I was thinking it's a message, Uncle Kirk. That's good. Why were you shaking so much? I'll be on point. Huh? Thank you. So now that when you keep doing this, you become used to a certain frequency. Let me tell you this. If you didn't know, you are the truth. And you have been the truth since the day you were born. And the truth, when you carry the frequency of the truth, the more you talk to people, when you interact with people and different energies, you're going to keep note of how you feel each time. Hey, vegan girl, how you doing? You're going to keep notes mentally of how you feel inside. You have to believe what comes to your spirit. When you meet someone, you have to trust what comes to your spirit. When somebody speaks to you, let me tell you this. People's spirit talks, which is the energy, and people's words carry a certain frequency. Your words carry a certain frequency. Let me tell you this. Your words carry a certain level of frequency, of vibration, that when it touches your spirit, it feels different. You could tell the pull or the give to your spirit. You can tell if it's pulling your spirit or it's giving you more energy. Every single person will do that to you. Every single one. The thing is, we don't pay attention. We already think, I don't trust no one. So now you are perceiving people and you are experiencing people through your thoughts. Lord have mercy. If you are experiencing people in your thoughts, then you are not experiencing people. You are only experiencing your thoughts. And your thoughts is always there. So therefore you're missing out on you're missing out on the entire experience. Boy, how deep was that? Lord Lord, why should I gotta start writing a book because I ain't never heard that before. Listen, I'm serious. Many of us, we already have a thought. I don't trust people. I don't like people. I don't this people. I don't this. So now when you meet people, you are only expressing, and you are only expressing your thoughts, and you are only experiencing them from the way you think. Previously. It's really true. You go in there with an attitude already. You're already going there with a made-up understanding or a made-up thought or idea. You're not experiencing people for who they are. You're experiencing people for who you are and your thoughts. So you are limiting people. So this is why you don't trust people, because you are trusting your own thoughts. It's not about your thoughts. See, your subconscious, listen, your instinct, your intuition is not based on your thoughts. It's two complete different. Listen, let me say that again. Your intuition and your thoughts are two complete different frequencies. Let me tell you why. Your thoughts is what you already know. Your intuition is unknown. Hold on. Let me say that again. I think you are Mr. Port. Your intuition is based on something that's coming from the universe. A truth, a frequency that the universe sends you. Your thoughts are coming from yourself that you already keep playing in there. Your intuition don't have a voice. Your thoughts do. Your intuition have a feeling, a vibe, a pull. Your thoughts have this narrator that talks. I don't trust this person. I don't think he looks good. Oh my God, look at him. That's your thoughts. Your intuition don't have a voice. That voice that you've been hearing all your life is not even you, and you believe it. You trust this voice. You don't trust your intuition. This voice have failed you time and time again. What's up, Silent? How you doing? This voice have failed you time and time. You know how many times this voice been wrong? But you know how many times your intuition been wrong? Never. But his voice being wrong so often because the voice is just there to multiply whatever you're already feeling. If you feel good, it's going to make you feel good. And if you feel bad, it's going to give you reason to feel more pissed off. If you feel angry, it's going to keep giving you reason. It's going to hit her. You should hit her. Oh my God, you stupid. Hit her. And then you leave there mad because you didn't listen to your voice. The voice is not real. That voice is what you have made up. The voice is an ego part of you that you don't understand. You have never seen where this voice is coming from, so you trust it. Don't trust the voice. See, you trust in the wrong thing. Does that make sense or not? You got to trust your intuition. Your intuition is very calm. It's very simple. It's not loud. It's not just blatant. It's not disrespectful. It doesn't bring you harm. Your intuition is there to actually protect you. See, when your mind tells you cuss them out, you lose your job, you lose your peace, you lose this. I'm serious. You lose your friendship, you lose your relationship because your mind, you are punk ass B and this and this. Your thoughts, but your intuition is saying, hey, that's not the one. Hey, go left. Go left. Hey, turn right. There's no words attached. So, the point, the voice sounds like you, right? Yeah, the voice sounds like you. But you already know you. And you know that you ain't never, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't the one yet. Because you haven't developed the point yet. So, the next step to do, to build your trust, is to go around people and just start talking. Stop being closed. Stop being aloof. Stop being so closed up. Stop being talking about... I use this word too, but I don't use it real. I just use it because people understand it. People really take words to define them. Like, for instance, how many of us say that we are introverts? Let me tell you, nobody's an introvert. You choose what you choose. You don't go by what you... as adults, we shouldn't go by what comes naturally sometimes. Because if what comes naturally is you being freaking introvert, and when you be around people, you make you feel uncomfortable and you feel this, then it's not right. It's hurting you. So therefore, you got to learn how to become balanced. It's not about being an introvert, extrovert. It's about being what you need to be at that moment. That's what adulting is. That's what adulting is. When you're in Rome, do like the Romans. But if you depend on a word to define you, I'm an introvert. So therefore, I will create in my mind the feeling of uncomfort and discomfort because I'm around people. The more you speak of what you are is what you become. If you keep saying, I'm an introvert, I'm this, I'm that, I'm angry, I hate people, you create circumstances to make you feel like more of that, what you actually are saying. So the next step is to go around people. If you are uncomfortable, it's okay to be uncomfortable. That's how you are that's how you become in your wilderness. Remember, everybody in the Bible, every strength, everybody in the Bible had to go through a time in the wilderness. Jonah, Isaiah, Moses, freaking Jesus. Everybody had to be in a wilderness part. That's where you are being fed. That's when you don't know anything, so you have to depend on you and God, that connection. This is when you have to trust completely. Many of us don't want to go in the wilderness. So because we want to know. To know, listen, the journey is not to be known. That's no fun. Learn. And you learn in a place have you ever been on a detour? Talk me. Have you been, detours just make you open your eyes? Like, have you ever been driven on a highway, you don't know where the hell you're going, but the road's closed and you have to go on a detour? The detour is what wakes you up, because you are used to being on this road so much that you are not even conscious. You are deep in thoughts. You don't have to pay attention to the road. You ain't looking at your surroundings, because in your mind you are experiencing your thoughts. You're not experiencing the drive or the road. You are experiencing your thoughts, because you already know. That's how the subconscious mind is. The subconscious mind is so strong that it already knows. So therefore, it doesn't make you think. It doesn't allow conscious thoughts. But when you go on a detour, all of a sudden you awaken. You are completely, you start seeing things. Oh my God, look at that. That's beautiful. You find the best views on a detour. And the reason is because you are using your pure consciousness. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? See, when you are driven on a main road where you travel so long, there's nothing to see. There's nothing to learn. And there's nothing to experience. But when you go, do you all get it? Does it make sense? So, when you go around people, learn to go to people, talk to them, make conversation. All you're doing is seeing how you feel around certain frequencies, around certain energies, around certain people. I want you to feel how you feel. Sometimes you're going to feel like it's pulled. Sometimes you're going to feel nervous. Sometimes you're going to feel like, sometimes people are going to give you their attention and you're going to feel so important. Sometimes people are going to look at you funny and you're going to feel so weak. Sometimes people are going to pay you attention. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they're going to feel fake. Sometimes they're going to feel real. Sometimes they're going to give you their love. Sometimes not. Sometimes they're going to ignore you. Sometimes they're going to be taking their phone when you talk. Pay attention. Focus on how you feel at each experience. I need to write that book, huh? Thank you. All right. The next step is this right here. Understand this. When you carry the frequency of truth, you become the truth. Once you become the truth, if anything that's not aligned in truth, once you become, because now you understand truth, you have forgiven, you have let go of the guilt, you trust. And you trust the universe. You know the universe is balanced. You know if there's a bad one, there's a good one. You know if there's an ugly one, there's a pretty one. You know if there's a one that gives you life, one takes your life. You know where there's one, there's an opposite. Because this is the universe. So you have developed trust, not in people, but in yourself. You trust your decision to differentiate between right or wrong, good or bad, people or people who you can trust and people who you can't trust. Now you have got to the point. Now you have become the truth. Yes? Once you have become the truth, everything that you realize that is next to you will give you and make aware of a certain frequency when you are around them. When they open their mouth, when they speak, when they touch you, when they look at you, when they're next to you, when they smile at you. Everything will carry a certain frequency that will pull or give you truth. Do we understand this? Do we get it? This is how you know that you carry the frequency of truth. When you carry the frequency of truth, you become the truth. So you become a walking lie detector. If you become a walking lie detector, you can't say everybody, you can't trust everybody. You won't use, I can't trust nobody. Everybody is lying. Is there any honest people out there? Is there any people who tell the truth? Is there any people who's worthy? You won't say them stupid things anymore. Because I'm tired of people saying those stupid words, those stupid questions. Are there anybody out there who's real? Are there anybody out there who don't lie? Are there any men out there who talk the truth? Are there? All that stuff is stupid because you don't carry the truth. If you carry the truth, you could tell. That person ain't gotta try hard. They ain't gotta go extra. You could tell. You could tell by the frequency that they're speaking. You could tell by the frequency that they feel. You could tell. You could tell everything. You become a walking truth and lie detector. So now when you meet your husband or your wife, you could tell that's the one. People ask me, how do you know that's the one? Because you could feel that's the one. And you're not feeling by your experience. See, you're not feeling by some damn list that you created. You're feeling by your frequency change. A lot of times you know when that's the one, when that one is giving you life and they're on the same journey. You know when many of us know that's not the one, but we are so lacking of self-love and self-respect that we try to make them the one. You can't make nobody the one. Stop the nonsense. You can't make nobody the one. You can't make nobody the one. Stop trying to make people the one. Is it that they are or they ain't? Because when you try to make people the one, you're going to give them all of you. And then when you give them all of you, they still don't become you. And then both you all are hurt. Listen to what I just said. When you try to make people the one, is that you are pouring into them, which you have. You're going to disconnect from the creator to give into, because the creator going to keep reminding you, dude, stop. Girl, stop. What are you doing? Your gut feeling, your instinct going to keep telling you, hey, stop. Like, you're being foolish. Hey, chill out. Hey, God's going to keep reminding you, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? So now you disconnect from the creator and now you're pouring into them. When you disconnect from the creator, you cannot reciprocate from the creator what you are given. See, the reason why God bless the givers is because once you give and you from love, that means you are connected to love. So once you give from love, it's going to keep being multiplied. It's going to keep, the circle is going to keep continue. The cycle continues because you're giving and you stay connected. So when you give, you get more. You give, you get more. When you disconnect from the source, you stop getting. So now you're going to pour in to someone else. Then you're going to dry up. You get tired. I don't know. Then you start hating. Then you start being mad and angry. Now, that person just gives you back theirs. Now, you become their reflection. So you stay. Now you're on the same frequency. See how that works? Lord have mercy. You become what they are. Insecure, angry, miserable, not trusting anyone, broken, damaged, and drained. You have given them all you are. Now that person end up just like you end up just like them. Now you're on the same frequency. That's why you don't want to stay. I mean, that's why you can't leave. You keep saying verbally, I need to leave. But you can't, because the strength that you need is no longer there. Because you have given all your strength. You need a shower? You know what I mean? You have given all your strength away. Now you are weakened. Because who supplies all your needs? You cut it off. But you know, if I reconnect to the source, I cannot stay connected to him or her. Because I'm putting two different frequencies. And these frequencies is causing me headaches. These frequencies is causing me pain. These two frequencies is causing me to be divided. I can't sleep at night. There's two different frequencies. I'm unsure. I'm confused. Something ain't right. Something feels wrong. You brought your whole marriage. Wow, that's deep. So you have to understand that that's how it works. Learn to figure out when is your intuition speaking and when is your thought speaking. My first point of this, how to build trust. Your lack of trust is not in people, but it's the lack of trust in self to be able to tell who can or can't be trusted, or who is worthy of your love or who is not worthy of your love. The reason you can't trust is because you're broken, not them. You need to fix you. If you can't trust, it's time to fix you. Something is wrong with you. It's not wrong with the world. God created a perfect world. Just because if you can't see perfection in this world, therefore you're lacking the ability to. You're looking at the world with a from broken lens, from a smoky mirror. You're looking at the world from a place. See what I'm saying? You're looking from a place of fear and distrust and no love. And if you look from a shade or a lens of those things, all you're gonna see is that. So how can you trust when you see everything the same? Remember, when you have your shades on and the shades have a crack in it, no matter where you look, the crack is always there. You start to believe that, why is this world cracked? Why is every place I look cracked? And you forget that you are the one with the crack in it. So when you don't trust people, understand that this is not yours. It's not a good thing. It's not something to be proud of. We see people walking around here always talking about, I don't trust. I can't trust. I don't trust nobody. Understand that your ability not to trust is your weakness, not your strength. See, these damn generation, these people these days, society will make you think if you trust, you're weak. But in all reality, not everybody could trust. Because not everybody is strong or conscious. People don't trust themselves. If you don't have trust within, you cannot have trust without. As within, so without. As above, so below. If you cannot trust the inside, you cannot trust the outside. So understand, when you see nobody could be trusted, it's just you. It's just you. Because I don't think God is just ridiculous enough to just create one person in this world, which is you, that's trustworthy. Now, let me ask you a question. Let's be real. Let's be honest. If you are trustworthy and loyal, put your hands up. Let me see your hand. If you are trustworthy and loyal and honest, put your hands up. Let me see your hands. I'm waiting for your hands. Because I'm about to close. We can only control what's inside. See? All these folks right here say that they are trustworthy and loyal and honest. So therefore, you know it's not just you. So we keep asking, where are these people? They're right there. They're right here. See? See all these people? It's not just you. So stop asking those crazy questions. And I want every time you ask those crazy questions, hey Malina, every time you ask those crazy questions, remember, it's not just you. You're not existing by yourself. You are not that special to be the only one left in this world that is trustworthy. It's not just you. Do we understand this? There's work to be done on yourself to be able to trust. You can't give me a pill because you don't trust me. You give yourself a pill, then you will learn how to trust. See, people want to give everybody else a pill. Something is wrong with you, not realizing that you are the one who feels affected. If you are the one who feels affected, see, listen, if I eat a rotten egg, who has the problem? Me or the egg? What am I going to do? Give the egg, wash it clean and no. It's me. I'm the one who's feeling sick. I'm the one who's tired. I'm the one who's throwing up. I'm the one who's pooping. I'm the one who has diarrhea. I have the problem. And I have to realize that not every egg is going to be spoiled. I just got to learn how to choose differently. And choose better. And trust what I chose. I give like 10 points. I gave like 10 points just now. Can we say right now that we have a little better understanding of trusting? Can we open up to trusting again? Can we open up to trusting a little more? Because the more you don't trust, amazing. The more you don't trust. Hey, Rika Speaks, how you doing? The more you don't trust is the more damaged you become. When you stop yourself from being the truth, you become a lie. Your trust is the truth. Your ability to trust makes you more. It builds you more. So I'm saying, the more you trust, the society wants you to not trust. And if you don't trust, you only depend on certain individuals, the government. You depend on this person, and then people be lying to you. So I need you to develop the power and trust in yourself, because that's the only place trust exists, is in you. Not in me, not in your husband, not in your wife, not in your ex, and not in your daddy or mama. Trust only happens in you. Love only happening in you. Peace only happens in you. There's no outside experiences. There's no outside source. It can only happen within. When you fix within, the outside becomes whole. When you fix within, you start seeing the outside differently. When you learn to trust yourself, see, a person who is loving and kind will see people loving and kind too. And they will see what they want to see. They will see the kindness. Yes, we know there is evil. We know there is anger. We ain't looking for that. We ain't looking for that. Because when I look for anger and evil, I become angry and evil. But when I look for trust and honesty, it feeds me back what I look for. Because whatever I search for, I will find. Search, seek, and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open. It means whatever you look for is what you will. Listen, you will see anything you look for. Facts. You will find anything that you seek. Facts. Anything that you look for, you will find. Even if, because your mind will create it in there. Because you can only see what's inside. So change what you're looking for. Stop being afraid to meet people. Stop being afraid to have things that will add joy to your life. Stop being afraid of relationship. And stop talking about, I don't trust people. You don't trust people because you lack trust within yourself. I pray. I know some of y'all needed this. I know I needed it. I know some of y'all needed it. Matter of fact, all of us could use this. So I pray that we all, I know I ain't a pastor or a minister, or I didn't use God or Jesus, but I pray that we have understanding. And I pray that we have a little bit more understanding of it's all about the inside. So, I pray you peace. And I pray the ability to look at yourself everywhere you go before you look elsewhere. I pray the knowledge and wisdom of finding out your true self and trusting yourself. And the only way to learn yourself is to look at yourself every single day. I pray you the knowledge and the wisdom of yourself by always being reflected, by looking at yourself and by looking at every single person you meet, by looking at the message instead of the messenger. I pray that you focus on how you feel and what you feel. And I pray that you use it as a reflection of who you are and what needs to change. And I pray that you will let go of the pain and the anger and the sorrows that you've been carrying from the past. I pray that you forgive. I pray you forgive. I pray you forgive those that trespassed against you so that you can be forgiven by yourself. From yourself and from source, from God. And I pray an emptiness inside of you that needs to hear the truth. I pray you on your journey of whatever comes in your life adds to your peace. And I pray you that you find happiness within because there's none outside. And I pray that you start to trust yourself again, even though you've been hurt and you've been angry and you've been resentful and you being so miserable, I pray that you trust yourself again, because you are the only source of trust. I pray that you find you and you recognize you. I want you to recognize you, because you are love, and you are source love, and you are beautiful, and you are great, and you are powerful. I pray that's what you find, because when you find that, you see beauty everywhere else. Because all you are is what you see. So I pray that you see better, so you can understand and acknowledge how better you are. And I pray that you continue to grow. I pray that you continue to feel good about yourself. And I pray that you start to love from within. I pray that when you start loving from within, you find everything else that loves you. And I pray that you hold those things close to your heart, but also understand that you don't need them to survive, because you need you. And that's who you need the most. You need you more than they need you. So I pray that you make yourself a priority. And I pray that you find abundance and happiness and joy. But find yourself. Namaste. Hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful evening, a beautiful week, and I hope you find trust.